What's poppin', y'all? When Donald Trump became the 45th president of the United States, his outspoken approach divided not just the country, but also celebrities that were quick to take sides for or against him, majority of them having been against him initially. As unpopular as it was to stand with Trump in the mainstream media at the time, very few famous personalities were willing to risk getting, quote, canceled on social media for being pro-Trump. On November 2nd, 2020, leading up to the election where Donald Trump and Joe Biden were facing off for a seat in the White House, singer John Legend took the stage in Philadelphia for a performance at a Democratic Joe Biden rally. John Legend spoke out against Trump supporters by saying, "Some people see the meanness, the bullying, the selfishness of Donald Trump and they mistake it for strength, a kind of twisted masculinity. Some see his greed and they mistake it for being good at business. Some of your former favorite rappers have been taken in by these lies. I think they even founded a new supergroup. It's called The Sunken Place." This was at a time when several rappers had publicly shown their support for Trump, including Lil Wayne, Lil Pump, and even John Legend's previous good music label boss, and the guy that put him on, Kanye West, also known as Ye. There were many rappers such as Chuck D from Public Enemy, Nipsey Hussle, Wyclef Jean, Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, YG, Uncle Luke from 2 Live Crew, T.I., and Meek Mill that shared John Legend's opinion against Donald Trump. The late Mac Miller even expressed his take on Trump by stating, "Your only goal is to stay in the spotlight no matter how much it fuels the fire of hate groups that you apparently know nothing about, like the KKK and Neos. You have people at your rally who openly assault black teenage girls because, hey, that's America. The messed up thing is, I don't really know if you're evil. I think you're just such an egomaniacal, attention-thirsty, psychopathic, power-hungry, delusional waste of skin and bones that you'll do, say, or allow anything if it means you'll just get one more minute in the limelight." But as soon as you assume that being pro-Trump is way too unpopular of an opinion, there have been many rappers like Kanye West that were showing him love since his first presidential campaign, and a growing list of rappers like DaBaby that have also made it known during the Joe Biden administration that they prefer his rival. Professor Maurice Johnson, who used hip-hop to teach students, explains his take on rappers and the Republican Party, saying, "Respectfully, I don't take many things that hip-hop artists say about politics seriously. Many of them are uneducated about politics and history in general. I don't think they're necessarily siding with conservative values because many rappers' subject matter is quite liberal, but I do think that many black people in general are fed up with the Democratic Party for not creating meaningful change for African Americans and are exploring the idea of the GOP being more supportive of their causes. But why have so many rappers started to talk Trump over Biden? Could it be that some rappers are tired of, Democrats being considered the only party for, quote, people of color and seemingly taking their votes for granted? Even Democratic candidate Joe Biden made this kind of remark that he would later regret back in 2020 when he was talking to Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club saying, "Well, I tell you what, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black." Does the increase in Trump support have to do with wealthy rappers low-key idolizing Trump's billionaire status? Is it Trump's massive fame that he's held since the 80s, way before he was in charge of the US? And could it be that the rappers who have had legal troubles can relate to Trump fighting his own cases? Maybe it simply has to do with Trump not being afraid to speak his mind, even if it upsets large parts of the population. Either way you look at it, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is no longer the only pop and hip-hop artist rocking Trump's "Make America Great Again" hat. At one point, Ye seemed to be standing alone in hip-hop as a Trump supporter in the late 2010s. People were confused. Wasn't Kanye the same person back in 2005 who called out the previous Republican president George W. Bush for his poor response to Hurricane Katrina? Ye famously said, "George Bush doesn't care about black people on national television." George W. Bush was well aware of Ye's remarks and responded by saying, "He called me a racist. I didn't appreciate it then, and I don't appreciate it now. It was one of the most disgusting moments of my presidency." Considering Trump's history of, quote, racial remarks, it seems strange that Ye would become his supporter, particularly because Ye has been very vocal about denouncing racial stereotypes. But this wouldn't be the first time that Ye caught people off guard with his views on race. He did once say, "When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice," which was largely misrepresented and misquoted. But in the area of American political parties, some people might assume that Ye might have become less supportive of the Democratic Party when President Barack Obama called him out in 2009 for stage crashing Taylor Swift at the MTV VMAs. But for Ye, taking a stand against that party seemed to be deeper than getting called a bad name by Obama, which even made it into Ye's lyrics for the song Power when he rapped, They say I was the abomination of Obama's nation. Well, that's a pretty bad way to start the conversation. Ye has made it known how he feels about the Democratic Party when he told Forbes, "That is a form of racism and white supremacy and white control to say that all black people need to be Democrat, and to assume that me running is me splitting the vote. All of that information is being charged up on social media platforms by Democrats, and they used to tell me, the same Democrats have threatened me. The reason why this is the first day I registered to vote is because I was scared. I was told that if I voted on Trump, my music career would be over. I was threatened into being in one party. I was threatened as a celebrity into being in one party. I was threatened as a black man into the Democratic Party." It's one thing for Ye to embrace the Republican Party, it's another thing for him to make Donald Trump his guy. What about Trump as a person made Ye stand up for him so strongly over the years? And in his own words, he said, "Trump is the closest president we've had in years to allowing God to still be part of the conversation. One of the main reasons I wore the red hat as a protest to the segregation of votes in the black community. Also, other than the fact that I like Trump hotels and the saxophones in the lobby." Ye visited Trump Tower in New York City for a meeting that he was said to have requested with the president-elect Trump in 2016, December, telling reporters that they discussed life and later tweeting that they discussed multicultural issues. But when Kanye West made his leap to be pro-Trump, he gambled his popularity and caused tension with not just Ye fans, but his friends as well, or supposed friends. His wife at the time, Kim Kardashian, was a vocal Democratic Hillary Clinton supporter, which clashed with Ye's views. And in April of 2018, Ye posted a series of tweets that were purely about how much he admired Trump, which further divided his followers and friends. One of Ye's pro-Trump messages included, "You don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He's my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought." Donald Trump himself responded by saying, "Thank you, Kanye. Very cool." This all led to Ye's friend at the time, John Legend, reaching out to Ye, urging him against aligning himself with Donald Trump. Along with Ye posting a screenshot of their text exchange on Twitter, John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, tweeted, "Are we still doing dinner Friday or no?" At Ye's wife at the time, Kim Kardashian. Chrissy Teigen's Instagram stories for the weekend imply that dinner between the two are still happening in spite of the political differences that they shared. At first, fellow Chicago hip-hop artist Chance the Rapper came to Ye's defense, tweeting, "Black people don't have to be Democrats." But later, Chance would reverse a bit on his statement and apologize for making it. Then there was the time when Ye, with his own customized red MAGA hat, which he said made him feel like his Superman, visited the Oval Office in October of 2018 to meet with Trump. Along with a crowd of cameras, Ye went on a 10-minute rant about welfare, prison reform, pardoning the imprisoned Larry Hoover, manufacturing in America, and mental health, among many other topics. The sketch comedy television show Saturday Night Live, that was known for making fun of Donald Trump on their show, was mentioned during Ye's rant when he said, "You know what I don't like about... It's not that I don't like. What I need Saturday Night Live to improve on, or what I need the liberals to improve on, is if he don't look good, we don't look good. This is our president. He has to be the freshest, the flyest planes, the best factories, and we have to make our core be empowered. We have to bring jobs into America because our best export is entertainment and ideas." Then, while Ye's meeting with Trump was getting hyped up in the media, SNL did what they do best, created and aired a comedy sketch out of Ye's speech to Trump. The rapper Lil Pump also followed in Ye's footsteps several times. Not only was he willing to dress up as both water bottles and brown boxes for the music video for their viral song I Love It, but Lil Pump also shared Ye's public support for Trump. On Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020, Lil Pump appeared at the final Donald Trump campaign rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan, to help persuade voters to re-elect him for a second presidential term, upsetting plenty of Democratic rap fans. But many were left wondering just how well Donald Trump actually knew Lil Pump when the rapper was mistakenly announced by Trump as Little Pimp when getting ready to take the stage. Lil Pump stood beside Donald Trump, commended him for bringing American military troops home before saying, "MAGA 2020, don't forget that, and do not vote for Sleepy Joe at all." In online video footage, Lil Pump can be seen passing out MAGA hats to Trump supporters during the event. Whether Lil Pump was clout chasing by standing beside Trump, who's made disparaging remarks about Latino communities. With that being said, Miami does mess with him heavy, and Lil Pump is from Miami. Or was being honest about his choice, nobody really knows besides Lil Pump himself, but he has been consistent in that take for the years leading up to now. But Pump's public opinion on Trump is summed up when he states that Trump is a good man. Trump is the type of person, he says whatever is on his mind. and that he would be voting for him as well. Even though legendary rapper and actor Ice Cube has said that he would never endorse Donald Trump, that didn't stop him from working with the president on Cube's contract with Black America, a 13-part plan that he devised to make the president of the United States more accountable for taking action to address racial inequality. The 13-part plan included points regarding police and prison reform and interest-free loans for homeownership. Even though Ice Cube spoke out against Trump in 2016, he said that he wanted to see tangible change happen for the Black community, regardless of which political party was in office. The Democrats said they would wait until after the election to look into Ice Cube's contract with Black America, while the Trump campaign made adjustments to their plan after talking to him about this equitable strategy. To his critics, Ice Cube tweeted, "Every side is the dark side for us here in America. They're all the same until something changes for us. They all lie, they all cheat, but we can't afford not to negotiate with whoever's in power, or our condition in this country will never change. Our justice is bipartisan." In an attempt to win over Black Americans, Donald Trump spoke about his own plan to address the Black inequality gap that he called the Platinum Plan, which included initiatives like neighborhoods with highest policing standards and replacing failing schools with full school choice. Katrina Pearson, a senior advisor for the president, tweeted that Ice Cube helped develop Trump's Platinum Plan. This further led to the belief of many activists and social critics that Ice Cube was merely getting used by Donald Trump and that no real change was going to come out of this engagement between the two. Ibram X. Kendi, a professor known for his anti-racism work, said, "Before we talk truth to power, we must talk truth to ourselves. Cube is lying to himself that he can get Trump to deliver Black progress in exchange for Black votes when Trump hasn't brought progress for his own supporters. The process starts, brother, by talking truth to yourself." Due to the divisive feelings that Trump has conjured up in Americans of all races and social statuses, it seemed that no matter what Ice Cube said or did was met with hefty backlash, even after he stated that he didn't care which political party took his contract for Black America seriously. While getting more frustrated with the negative feedback he was continually receiving, Ice Cube tweeted, "Let me get this straight. I get the President of the United States to agree to put over $500 billion of capital in the Black community without an endorsement, and y'all are mad at me? Have a nice life." Even the sketch comedy show SNL got in on the Ice Cube and Donald Trump controversy, making fun of Ice Cube, who was played by SNL cast member Kenan Thompson, along with Jim Carrey as Joe Biden and Kate McKinnon as Hillary Clinton. This clearly got under Ice Cube's skin, who came at the episode by tweeting, "F you SNL, trying to reduce me to greed." When Ice Cube praised Trump's Platinum Plan that was looking to invest $500 billion in Black communities, Cube's remarks were still taken as him somehow endorsing Donald Trump for a second presidency. Ice Cube reaffirmed that he wasn't looking to endorse Trump or Biden and stated that even though both parties reached out to him, Trump's team was the only one interested in having further discussions without taking action. Lil Wayne faced controversy previously when he posted a photo of himself meeting Trump, praising the president for his work on criminal justice reform only days before the US election, with a caption that read, "Had a great meeting." But he has now doubled down on his support on the recently released No Ceilings 3 mixtape, hailing Trump on the track Life is Good. "Working out my demons, that's beautiful, and bay off of that Riesling, she super loose. I smoke it, she say pass it, she doing too much, haven't done my taxes, effing with Trump." After Trump lost the election to Democratic candidate Joe Biden, co-host of The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, said that he felt like Lil Wayne was paid to support Trump. 50 Cent chimed in saying, "Definitely, oh yeah, I'm sure, easily, he got paid." 50 Cent also mocked Lil Wayne at the time of the photograph, telling him that it was a bad idea, but oddly enough, 50 Cent found himself in a similar situation. 50 Cent is another huge name in hip-hop that stuck his neck out for Donald Trump, at the time even telling his social media followers to vote for Trump, even while acknowledging Trump's tendencies. But the support seemed to have more to do with Joe Biden's ideas about taxing the rich. 50 Cent posted a picture on his Instagram account of a television broadcast from CNBC's Power Lunch that indicated top tax rates per state under Democratic candidate Joe Biden's proposed tax plan. 50 Cent was not too happy at all when he expressed how this would affect him. "What the F? Vote for Trump, I'm out. F New York, the Knicks never win anyway. I don't care, Trump doesn't like Black people, 62%, are you out of your effing mind?" Joe Biden's official campaign website laid out his tax plan that would require corporations and Americans with the highest income to, in his words, finally pay their fair share. In more detail, Biden's tax outline stated, he won't ask a single person making under $400,000 per year to pay a penny more in taxes, and will in fact enact more than 12 middle-class tax cuts that will finally give working families the financial support they deserve. 50 Cent's pro-Trump response brought about a wave of backlash, including his ex-girlfriend comedian Chelsea Handler, who referred to him as someone who used to be her favorite ex-boyfriend. Oddly enough, 50 Cent also said he's sure that the rapper was paid to support Trump before the election, having turned down the chance himself to score $1 million. With Trump during the inauguration, they offered me $500,000 to go, just to come. I didn't do it because I didn't know if I could fix the damage. To be honest with you, all money is not good money. You gotta be careful with what you're doing publicly because I don't know how you fix that. I just was like, whoa, don't bring me to fix the African American vote. Bring somebody else. I'll see you later. Hip-hop is connected to youth culture, so hang out with me when you're the president. South Florida rapper Kodak Black had nothing to hide when it came to his support for Donald Trump in April of 2023. After he was arrested, Kodak Black took to Instagram Live and commented about his friend Donald Trump, who himself was arrested and arraigned on Tuesday, April 14, 2023, on 34 felony counts for falsifying New York business records before the 2016 elections. Kodak Black said, "I feel like these people on some other stuff. They're trying to get Trump out the way because Trump is a stand-up dude. Joe Biden will let a dude do anything. Trump is a real one. He's a soldier. It ain't how he snapped for a dude. It ain't even about that. Trump already had big baggage, luggage. Y'all get off Trump, man." It should be no surprise that Kodak is pro-Trump when you take into consideration that while Trump was president and immediately before he was set to step out of office, he pardoned Kodak Black on his final day in January of 2021. Kodak Black was in the middle of serving a 4-year prison sentence on a federal firearms charge based on his May 2019 arrest, and Kodak and Trump met in person in May 2022, and he was able to thank Trump for his gesture of leniency. Another rapper from the South spoke up about being pro-Trump. From North Carolina, DaBaby said that he's a fan of the former US president after he pardoned Kodak Black shortly before leaving office in 2021, stating, "Do I F with Trump? Now, hell yeah, Trump is a gangster. Dude let Kodak out." How fast did Trump change Kodak Black's life? According to the website of the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Kodak Black was released on January 20th, 2021, less than 24 hours after Trump announced his list of pardons and commutations. Benny the Butcher, one-third of the core Griselda Records rappers along with Conway and Westside Gunn, received a lot of negative feedback for tweeting on August 12, 2023 that he's voting for Donald Trump in the 2024 election, despite the 80-plus felonies that Trump was in the midst of dealing with at the time. But even with massive legal troubles, Trump was leading in the polling numbers over his closest rival for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But unless Benny the Butcher is able to gain some special treatment for his own legal situation, he may be ineligible to vote in the first place due to having been convicted of 3 felonies in the past. Currently, only the states of Vermont and Maine have no voting restrictions when it comes to a voter's criminal history. There are 24 other states that have laws that dictate if and how people are convicted of felonies can vote, and there are also 23 states that do not allow the currently incarcerated to participate in the voting process. In July 2020, Styles P from the 3-man hip-hop group The Lox said, "I can see Trump's racist. He's blatant with it. I think I can see where he's coming from. I felt like the Reds, they let you know. They on they conservative stuff, like they with the rich white people way. And I think Hillary and the Blues tend to use black people. They sit there and we don't really look at the history of what they got. Bill Clinton's locked up more people than slavery. I remember Hillary Clinton calling us super predators. So Bill Clinton chilling in Harlem, eating chicken and playing the sax and all that, that's all cool. But I still look at the numbers. I still think about the people who's not home from 3 strikes. And that's the Democratic Party. That's not the Republican Party. And I think we often forget." When Styles P was asked in August 2023 if he supported Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential election, Styles P, who stated that he thinks America suffered under both Trump and Biden, clarified his stance by saying, "I support independent thinkers. I'm the guy who says, pardon my French, but F the red side, F the blue side, they're both different wings on one bird. If you ask me something, I did prefer when Trump was in office over Biden, and I can tell you clearly why. Black people paid more attention to what was going on. I'd rather have you tell me you don't like me, and know you don't like me, and you inform me, than me have to guess it or you secretly don't like me but you telling me you don't like me. I think the government's been doing that for ages. I'd rather deal with clear racism, just someone being who they are and letting you know where they come from." Back in October of 2020, Dallas, Texas rapper Asian Doll, also known as Queen Vaughn, really got the wrath of social media when she showed support. In her since-deleted tweet, Asian Doll stated, "I'd rather Trump be the president than the other dude, for show." But even after she caught flack after a pro-Trump tweet was reposted by the Shade Room, she refused to apologize for it, hopping on Instagram Live and saying, "I F with the dude Trump because he giving out a lot of money right now. It made me think, because I got my money a different way. I be around a lot of people who get their money a different way too, and they is up. When people tried to come for her and criticize her political choice, she doubled down again on her statements, while also calling both Biden and Trump racist and white supremacists, and said, SMD, I'm not trying to please nobody. I swear to God, bro, I'm not changing who I am. We have two choices, Trump or other dude. Go vote. Y'all mad, but y'all not voting. I will never be canceled. Waka Flocka Flames shocked everyone when he let it be known that he felt Donald Trump was a better president than Barack Obama. Waka lit the fuse in this Trump versus Obama debate when hip-hop personality DJ Academic shared a clip of Barack Obama's speech at a rally in Philadelphia in support of Obama's former vice president and the Democratic candidate Joe Biden. When DJ Academics captioned the post by saying, "The big homie #Barack Obama violated Donald Trump at a rally event today," it received a comment from one of Academics' followers who said, "It's people who think Trump is a better president than Obama," along with a clown face emoji, to which Waka Flocka replied, "Guess I'm a clown." Some Waka Flocka Flame fans were surprised by the comment and felt that he was openly disrespecting the first black president. This also caused Waka to gain support from conservative commentators like Tommy Lauren. But all of this Trump support from Waka seemed weird because back in 2015, when Trump was campaigning for his presidential run, Waka Flocka was blasting Trump on Twitter for his claims against Mexicans crossing the border, when Trump said that they were bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and some I assume are good people, but I speak to border guards and they're telling us what we're getting. Among Waka Flocka Flame's tweets that he posted included, "I wonder how many hardworking Mexicans built those Trump towers. Pathetic, man. I know Mexicans to be some of the most cultural, religious, God-fearing, hardworking people in the world. God bless us all. Minorities built this country, #USA. Former XXL freshman and pretty much one-hit wonder Blockboy JB is apparently a Trump fan and even said so on Twitter. "I'm starting to like Trump, no cap. Dude ass too gangsta." And on Instagram, "Trump would have got my vote if I wasn't a felon." Blockboy JB didn't make it clear which gangsta act in particular impressed him, but because of the timing of his compliment, some assumed that Blockboy JB was referring to Trump's then verbal attack of reporter Peter Alexander, who asked the president about Americans' fears of the virus that was in its early stages. Not every rapper wearing the red hat may be fully invested in Trump's politics. There are some rappers that may have only used their public Trump support as a way to keep their fans and haters talking and to get instant attention. For instance, Fivio Foreign's music video for Big Drip features a man flaunting a custom-designed MAGA hat. When asked if this image meant that he was riding for Trump, Fivio Foreign kept it kind of vague and said that he isn't against Trump and that he considered wearing MAGA as being hip-hop. But on the same hand, he also stated that he could care less if people wear MAGA hats, and that is literally a way for him to go viral. In Tekashi 6ix9ine's first interview after he was released from prison for 9 charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and armed robbery, he admitted that he would vote for Trump if his felony status wouldn't get in the way, and even addressed comparisons he gets to Trump for their online trolling, stating, "I don't think Trump trolls. I think Trump is genuinely Trump. I get compared to Trump every day, but I love Mexican people. I don't think we're the same." Last but not least, Sexy Red, the St. Louis rapper that was nominated for Best Breakthrough Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards, made it known that she supports the former US president and candidate Donald Trump. In 2023 October, while she was being interviewed by stand-up comedian Theo Von during episode 465 of his Theo Von podcast, she expressed her love for the outspoken Donald Trump and her belief that America needs to have Trump back in office when voters come back to the ballot boxes in 2024. Sexy Red made it known that Trump gained her support after he began handing out stimulus checks towards the end of his presidency and because he pardoned incarcerated Black Americans as well, explaining her stance on Trump to Theo Von by saying, "I like Trump. Yeah, they support him in the hood. At first, I don't think people was effing with him. They thought he was racist, saying little stuff against women, but once he started getting Black people out of jail and giving people that free money, oh baby, we love Trump. We need him back in office. We need him back because, baby, them checks. Ooh, yes, them stimulus checks. Trump, we miss you. I love Trump. He funny to me. I used to watch him talking to people. He used to be calling people fat. He just bold. He funny. We need people like him." With Trump already widely labeled as a divisive figure in the media, Sexy Red's Trump support also divided people on her remarks as well. Her fans were confused and journalists began trying to debunk her statement, particularly her giving Trump credit for the stimulus relief and reporting that 3 stimulus checks that were given out to American citizens during and after Trump's presidency shouldn't be completely credited to him. But there is likelihood that within the upcoming year, we're probably going to see a lot more rappers show their support for one of the two candidates we end up with. And I do see a growing trend of rappers showing their outspoken support for Trump. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.